So we're back from the holidays with our podcasts, and we're motivated to do more stuff, more new talks and podcasts for Climbing.ee. So now our next guest here is Nadežda Bolšakova, and so basically I myself know pretty well why I want to talk to Nadja. It's because we in Estonia have now quite recently formed two teams, two separate teams, which are quite important, like official teams. And I was thinking that I want to ask Nadja more about those teams, what these are and how they're formed. But I guess you can explain yourself what those two teams are.
Yes. So we are talking about right now two teams, Estonian climbing teams. First one is a team for adults, and second one for the juniors. And maybe for others, I will talk a little bit about myself, what I did
sure.
previously.
Well, you can do it. Yeah, I have questions for you, like for later in the podcast. But you can introduce yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, so starting from August, I have been a member of Estonian Climbing Association, and there my main responsibility is to create Estonian climbing team. And here we are with the two teams, basically.
Yeah. So as much as I understand, this Estonian like national team, it's already formed by now?
Yes.
Okay. And also the other one is Team Estonia, which is more of the Olympic team, but which now has only two people, pretty much. So one.
Yeah, I will a little bit explain what does it mean. So we have two teams, Estonian climbing teams. There we have our own athletes who will participate in climbing competitions and will represent our country. And we also have Team Estonia, which is related to Olympic Committee, and this is basically the program which was created from Olympic Committee to support the athletes. So basically every year they're choosing athletes they wanted to support. So they support with the money and also with other benefits like health check, physiotherapy and so on. Yeah. And here in this Team Estonia, we are having only one junior athlete, and this is Marat.
Yeah.
And me as his coach.
And you as a trainer, as a coach. Okay, so in terms of people in Team Estonia, it's simpler. It's just two people.
Yeah.
But is there any chance, is it possible to kind of expand this Team Estonia and get more athletes?
For support?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And
yeah, the coffee machine is cleaning itself.
Okay. Yes, actually, we are planning to do this this year. We need to specify when they will start with the new application, and I'm actually planning to apply for each team member in our climbing team right now for the support.
Yeah.
And I believe, I hope we will get more athletes in Team Estonia.
But it's possible to get grown-up athletes in there as well, because now it's a youth athlete who is in Team Estonia.
Currently, yes.
Okay. Let's talk a bit about Marat, because he's been actually doing quite well during recent competitions, and especially on the IFSC in 2023, so last year. So you can talk a bit about him, like where has he been and what has he climbed, what has he achieved?
I remember when he first came to our training session there in Tartu University Sport Hall. I think he was 12, and he mainly was climbing their top rope. And then when here we got the new gym, bouldering one, he started mainly focusing on the bouldering. And actually I think all his achievements he received right now is only his own job, actually. And one day, his sister Adele, she asked me for help to start guiding him, so basically coaching him, before he became already kind of strong, and they wanted to start with the competitions. And I started to coach him. I created also, as I'm doing the training sessions for my children here, I created for him a separate plan, and he started work on this plan. And then after the Tartu Junior Open, when he also showed a good result, he was, I think he was first within all Estonians. And I asked him, what is your future plans? And he said that he wanted to compete, become stronger. And then I asked, would you like to go to IFSC? And he said, yes, I would like to try. And then we started to train more for these competitions. We started to participate basically on every competition here in Estonia and also in Latvia. Last year, he achieved really good results in Tartu Tehas Cup, also here in Estonian Championship. I think he did really well in the competitions. And he was also participating in Latvian Championship last year, and there he was second. On IFSC, he was actually the first junior athlete who was participating from Estonia on the juniors. And the first one, it was really difficult for both, for me and for him. We were basically alone there, and we were looking on the other teams who were really like big. They're like 20 athletes plus, I don't know, maybe 10 coaches and other stuff. And they were always like together, they were warming up together, and we were just basically standing alone. And it was really actually stressful. And
but I guess that's why it's kind of important to create bigger teams so that the climbers can support each other more.
Yes.
And it's going to get like just easier and more fun even, which I guess is important.
That's the point where I wanted to actually reach, because I started to feel that he also feel himself alone and he needs support. So it was really stressful, and it maybe wasn't so well done for the first time. But definitely. Well,
I guess you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the first times we talked to Kate as well about his experience, and he also said that it's like it's a bit of a different style from what he's used to, and it feels much more serious, and like you just have to you have to see it like once how it goes and how it works to become more comfortable.
It's about experience, basically.
Yes.
If you wanted to climb better, you need to climb more on these competitions.
Yeah.
And then you will start learning all this route setting and so on. Yeah. So then we decided to go on the lead. It was in Finland. And I think it was much more better for him, the result. And he felt himself more comfortable as well. And there we were 3 of us, so 2 coaches and Marat.
Okay, let's wait a bit. That's okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think you can go.
I think we can continue.
Okay, so I think it was much more better for him. He had more support, and for me it was also really good to see that he is actually strong, but we still are missing this experience, competition experience, IFSC one. So for this year, for Marat, we planned 3 IFSC cups.
Okay, and Just out of curiosity, how would you compare, for example, those our competitions which were here, the EMV to IFSC? How different these are?
That's a good question, actually. I think here it's more like home for you.
Yeah, so it's more relaxed and you know everyone, like...
Exactly. You know the people, everyone you know, they can like support you, and you feel that everyone is like trying to say you that, okay, you can do it, and you can succeed in each route, basically. And here also we have the coaches and other team members who are always like close to you, and you see that your team members is also competing, and you support each other.
Yeah.
In IFSC, I think there is, first of all, coaches are separated from the athletes. So there you need to be basically alone.
But with your teammates, if you have...
If you have, yes, of course. In the isolation zone, you can be there. For the youth, actually, it's a little bit different rules. So coaches can be in the isolation area and guide them. But later, when they are going to compete, of course, coaches are standing behind, and we cannot like talk with each other, support each other. So you should to be there alone and figure out how you will climb. This is the problem. This is actually the point we need to learn how to do this, because I see that right now this is our main problem. Because when we are just alone, we have a pressure, we are sometimes failing with reading the routes or being confident when you go climbing. So right now I'm trying to push everyone in my team, in future in this youth team, to compete more, to have this experience. Being, for example, alone in the finals, thinking how I should fix this problem, how I should act. Maybe sometimes you need to slow down, not to rush and jump on the route for, I don't know, 40 times doing the starting holds. So I see this and I'm trying to fix it on our training sessions. Right. But again, anyway, you need to go to this competition to prove it.
Yeah, I guess you need to go there, especially in the beginning, like as many times as possible. Because, well, for example, if you take Sasha Shorikov, he's like obviously like a really good climber, but also he's like really experienced. He goes to like all sorts of competitions everywhere, and like he doesn't seem to be like stressed at all by the fact of the competition. And I guess it's like this experience of just going to competitions and knowing how those go.
But I think anyway, IFSC is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because the pressure is
I guess
much
the pressure
bigger.
is much bigger. Yeah. It's...
Even with Marat, I know when we went to Lithuania, I knew that it will be like a huge pressure for him, and it was a little bit like secret in the beginning that he is going there, because I didn't want him to stress about this. Yeah. So
you also kind of make plans of what competitions he's going to go to, Marat, for him. Okay.
And actually not only for Marat now, also for Team Estonia.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to try like different cups or championships in IFSC. But for me it's important that we will be there as a team. So we will choose some cups, IFSC ones, and then I will try to like put teams together. So we will not be alone, avoiding being alone there. So at least 2-3 team members should be there together with the coach. For the youths, currently I'm planning to have one cup. It will be in Austria this May, where I would like to take the whole team, 6 people. And then I will test how they will act. I just wanted to see how they will react on these competitions. And then we will have 2 additional cups, which I already planned for Marat. And probably I will also take someone from the team to be there with him as well and compete.
Okay.
To get this experience as well.
But let's now talk about the national team and generally describe us what it is, how many people there are, and which age groups there are.
Okay, I will start with adults. So there we have currently 6 people. In the beginning, we wanted to reach at least 5, because I was thinking that it will be really hard to put the adults group together. So there we have, of course, Alexander Shorikov. I think he doesn't need to prove that he's one of the best, actually, climbers here in Estonia. And here, championship also showed this. Then we have there Kate, who is also one of the strongest climbers in Estonia. And last year he was competing in IFSC, and he wants to compete this year as well. Then we have Martin Menniste. He's one the youngest, but the strongest one. He was off for some period because of the injury, but now he's back, and he actually showed on this championship that he's really, really strong. And I believe that in the future he will become much more stronger. He was also in the finals. And he showed also good results on the previous competitions. Then we have Rasmus Hütsi. Here we have special decision, and I will explain why.
Yeah, I guess next question is going to be how are people chosen and which requirements there are. So you can just describe it now.
Okay.
And then we'll go over to...
Rasmus Hütsi, he is also one of the strongest climbers in Estonia, and he's mainly was the route setting during the last year. And 2 girls, Magdalena and Anu, they also were here competing on Estonian Championship, and they got first 2 places. And also they had a really good results during the previous year. And when we come to the youth team, there we have 3 groups. U16, there we have 3 athletes. It is Otto Kravik, Markus Vlasov, and Eli Levin. They are also really strong climbers. Otto and Markus, they were competing the whole year on different competitions, and they were always in their age group on the first, second places. Also, they both were competing on Latvian Championship, and they got the first 2 places there. And Eli, she was here in the finals, and she's really strong and so amazing.
But I guess, it's a really interesting period now, because you know, different walls in Estonia, they kind of now have a pretty good youth training programs, and like there are like suddenly emerging a lot of like really good youth climbers.
Oh yeah, so I think the youth climbers are our future.
Yeah,
that's definitely. Then we have U18. There we have Marat Tiisler and Triin Jaigma. Marat, he is the strongest male climber in his group, and Triin, she was the girl who took the first gold medal 2 years ago on Tartu Junior Open, and she also was the first one Estonian girl last year, and she took the 3rd place in total, so basically after 2 Latvian girls. And she also was competing in Latvian championships, and there she was in the finals. And U20, with this group, I think it was the most difficult to choose. I analyzed results from the previous years, and currently Rainer Randoja is representing this group. He is also was the winner U20 on Estonian Championship. yeah.
Yeah, and I guess now we can talk a bit about how were the people chosen. And so I know from Instagram posts that there were some requirements for people. That's the first thing, requirements of how hard they have to climb to be considered. You can speak about that, and generally how the whole team was assembled.
Yes, first of all, that's our first year when we're trying to set up the team. And definitely we need to have a little bit different approach now. In the future we will have the rating system, which will be based on the competitions, and it will be a little bit easier to select the people into the climbing team. This year I have been analyzing the results from different competitions within last 2 years, and I wanted to see the trend for each athlete, how he or she was succeeding in these competitions and was growing. Also, we asked to present the grading. The athlete is possible to climb for the flash. If I remember correctly, for juniors we set up something around V5, V6, and for adults this was more than V7, V8 or something. And this was the minimum level. But definitely I think for the first team selection, we can be a little bit softer when we choose. Because the main point right now is to put the system on work, and then we can have a better rules how we should to select. Yeah, there were the competitions results, how I was analyzing every candidate, and of course the special decisions. And special decisions, they might be in the future as well. So we need to create our own committee, which will include the coaches. And if, for example, there is a situation that we know that this climber is a strong one, but he or she couldn't participate on some competitions because of the injury, or maybe because he or she was the route setter or organizer. So we can have this committee and decision, should we include this person into the team or not? This is how also other teams in other countries are working.
But you also said off camera actually something interesting, because for grown-ups in Estonia it's a bit hard because they don't really have trainers, or they have trainers or coaches which are kind of guiding them from abroad. So those people don't really know so precisely, the situation in Estonia. So that's why it's kind of hard to kind of choose at least the grown-ups for those teams.
Yeah, so basically when I'm talking about this special committee, which is including the coaches, it's not the coaches which are actually coaching these members, but this is the coaches who are in the Team Estonia. So basically Team Estonia also needs to have at least 3 coaches. And these coaches then can make the decisions in the future. And here is also my job to do, to put these coaches together in the future. But as I'm currently alone, this year I make some decisions also alone for adults. For the juniors it was a little bit easier because when I created this list, who should to be in the team, I showed to the coaches this list, and I also asked their opinion about this agreement basically. In juniors I also have a long backup list. It was also introduced in the latest post. And there we have the actually athletes who are more or less on the same level, and it was really hard to select 4 of them. Or there were, for example, athletes who are saying that they can't climb V8, but they were not participating on the competitions at all. So it was really difficult to select them from there. So I created this backup list, and I give the chance to all these people who are there to show that they are actually can deliver and they can become stronger during this year.
So yeah, so they can go to the competitions and actually,
Yes.
like you will see what level do they have.
So basically, my message was that please continue working hard and please continue competing. And only competitions will show the level where you are, and then we can select you into the main team.
Which actually brings a question of, could you explain how this list, how this team will change in future? Are you going to revise those competitions and their stats like every year? And are you going to add people, subtract people, and how is it going to go from now on?
For this year, it will be a special year, the first year.
Yeah.
Here, I decided to give opportunity to people to jump into the main team anytime. If I will see that actually this person is already strong and ready for going to, for example, IFSC competitions, or this person is ready to make training sessions together with the main team to become much more stronger. So in the future, when we will have the rating system, we will revise basically every year based on the rating system, and we will create the team also based on this rating system. And then I think if there will be some changes during the year, but only with a special decision. For example, if one member will be injured and we will know that he or she will not be able to compete anymore for a long period, then we need to have anyway the backup from where we can take additional climber. Yeah, that should be the reality in the future.
Yeah.
This year is an experimental year.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit experimental in many ways. Like we had this competition several weeks ago, which was like the first, Olympic style competition with the two different styles and with new grading system and stuff. And on that competition, you could see it like really clearly. It's like really hard to organize, and you needed so many judges and so many people to belay, and like it's organizational hell, especially if you do it first time. There's like too much to do, so you have to kind of gradually start to build up.
It's
things.
a huge pain, actually.
Yeah.
And even previous years, we didn't have a normal calendar with the competitions at all. But for this year, we already have it.
Yeah.
And now every athlete who would like to be in the team in the future, they know, okay, I have this competitions calendar. I know where I should to be, and I will be there to compete and show my results.
So is it only Estonian competitions which will kind of contribute to that, or?
For the rating system, definitely yes. But when I was selecting for this year, and I think for the future years anyway, I will look on all the competitions this athlete was participating, because I think it's important to see actually. Here we have less than 10 competitions for the year. It's not enough actually.
Yeah.
It's a small number. If we take, for example, the Latvian athletes, they are competing basically like every week. And
and I guess as an athlete as well, you have to you cannot compete like on every competition. You have to kind of fit it in your schedule.
Yeah.
So it might be hard to participate like in everything, every like important competition in Estonia, for example, if it doesn't fit like your training plan.
But we should to actually move in this direction, where you will be able to compete on every competition, even every week, because if you will take IFSC cups, they are also like kind of close to each other. Bouldering cups, like three events within like 1.5 months. So basically, you need to compete every week.
Well, actually, I've got like a question also out of curiosity. So if you're going to IFSC, especially like, okay, if you go to Latvia, it's kind of quick. You sit in a car, drive there, compete and come back. But I guess bigger competitions, they require a lot of time just to like get there, stay there, compete and like get back. How much does it take to go to an IFSC competition? How much time?
4 or 5 days. It depends on your plan.
Yeah.
Me as a coach, I need to arrive a little bit earlier because we have a technical meeting before, and I need to register the athletes. So I need to be on the place 1 day before and register everyone. So basically the athletes can arrive a little bit earlier. But we are going all together. And then there is 1 day of competitions, qualifications, and third day is basically finals or semi-finals, if you can do it, manage. Also I was talking with other coaches, they are advising to leave there after the competitions and go and climb in the different gyms, just to get this experience of different route setting.
Yeah.
So basically it's more or less like 4 days for each competition.
Yeah. So it's still like quite a long time. It's basically you have to like schedule a week for that, a week of your time.
For us, reaching the semi-finals or finals, maybe right now it's too early, but still it's good to see actually how others are climbing. So we with Marat, we were also there, and we were watching the competitions, finals and semi-finals.
Okay. And now with this Estonian national team, so what are they gonna do? What plan do you have for them for the competitions? That's the first thing. And what will they have to do for training? Will they train together at some points, or will they have some like training plans and things like that?
First of all, juniors, they have their own coaches. They need to continue working with their own coaches. And then we will have another special trainings together, where basically I am main coach of the Estonian climbing team. I will ask them to participate on these trainings together. I will create the plan for the year and set up the calendar where we will meet together. And for the youth, I think we will have.
And what is this meeting going to be? Is it going to be training or?
Training. Training sessions. Currently, I'm planning to have training sessions here in Estonia together, and also somewhere close to Estonia, like Latvia or Finland. And the main point of these trainings is to climb together, learn each other, and just being like one team, having the spirit of team. Because on the competitions, it's really important to have this, like someone here close to you who you know. And for juniors, I think it was also planned that way, that I will have training sessions also with the backup group, where it's like 11 people, because I also wanted to show to this backup group how the main team is working and making these training sessions. And also I wanted to put together the youth group with adults, because I think adults can give a lot of knowledge to this youth group. And I think they anyway need to work together to become much more stronger, because the main A group is much more experienced. So I think even when I created this A group, adults group, for me it was important to choose the people who have a really good experience and who are really strong. Because I wanted them also somehow to teach our future juniors. And then I think after this year, or maybe even this year, we will try to have some longest training sessions together, like going somewhere, for example, to Finland and be there for 3-4 days and climbing together, also sharing experience. I'm not sure that I will be able to do this year, because we also need to fix other problems we are facing right now. For me right now it's really important to find the money to support the climbing team. because I think it's really important that we as a climbing association are supporting our athletes. So this is my own priority right now, to figure out how we can support. So that's the future, what I would like to reach.
And with the competitions, are the members of this team, are they gonna make their competition plans completely on their own or with their coaches, or are you gonna somehow also participate in it and coordinate to which competitions they're gonna go?
Actually, I should coordinate because this is also related to our main team. I know that each athlete can also send his own plan to me and say that, okay, I would like to participate on this and this and this competitions. And they're actually already doing this because I asked. And I'm checking all these lists, and I'm trying also to put them to compete together on similar competitions. It's again like building the team.
Yeah, well, it's it sounds like a logistical nightmare when you have so many people sending their plans and you have to kind of connect it somehow together.
Yeah, and I also need to connect these IFSC cups.
Yeah.
Because I also need to understand, okay, if you're competing there, you might be maybe too tired for this IFSC. So maybe we need to change the plans. Or I for example, I can see that, one is going to compete in the Finland competitions and he is only alone there. Okay, I think maybe for this person it's also better to come and be there because it's also experience. And it's really difficult to figure out how it will work. And it's also huge work for me, but I need to figure out anyway how I will do it. And I think it should give a huge value for the team.
Yeah, I guess
I will try to put it.
It sounds like a difficult task, but something that can kind of advance the level of climbing quite a lot, I guess. And if we speak about training, well, I guess we spoke with Kate about how he trains and general his approach to training. And I guess you know Marat's training plan really well. So can you tell us in general details? So what does this training kind of look like?
Currently, Marat is working with Läti's plan actually. And here we set up his main weaknesses he has right now, and he is working on these weaknesses. And also there is a plan which is including the competitions. So basically when Lätis, they are creating the plan, they are taking everything into account. If we take, for example, the others, not only Marat, because it's basically the similar approach as we are having. So we are having the calendar of events for the whole year. All the coaches are having this. And we are trying to plan the training sessions that way that we will reach the maximum for these competitions. And we also taking into account, for example, in which condition is our climber right now as well. For the children, it's really difficult to have one plan because they have the summer vacation, holidays, and not all are actually participating on training sessions, and it making a lot of difficulties to put everything together on the one picture. What happened this year, when in September, at least my juniors come back, we got a lot of injuries from the school because their body was not ready. And for us it was also some kind of nightmare because we have already in November the competitions, but we can't prepare our youth athletes because they're injured.
Yeah. And it's a short time as well.
Yeah, and it's short time as well. And now my own head pain as well right now is that we have European Championship in September, and I'm also I know that there is a summer period where probably our juniors will also rest, but I think I anyway will plan for them the training sessions, and I will tell to their coaches that please be active during the summer period, because now it's not just children training sessions, it's already the team training sessions. So we need to now work.
So yeah, one of the
cooperate.
points is, I guess, making it a bit more official and making people kind of think more seriously about it, so they kind of keep training as much as kind of the minimal amount needed and stuff like that, not going to holidays for many months in a row and things like that.
And I know even some children from my groups, they were during the summer also some like push-ups and other stuff to become much more stronger. So it depends from your motivation, actually.
Yeah.
How you are taking this. And I hope now, when everyone is actually knowing that they are in the team or they are in the backup list, they would push more and will take it much more serious.
I also know that apart from the athletes and the coaches, you have some medical personnel in the teams. So who are those people? How do they get there? What qualification do they need to have? And I guess your plan is to get more of this medical personnel. So, and what do they do? Do they go to the competitions with climbers, and how does it work?
We will try to set up this plan together with other members of Estonian Climbing Association, but definitely every team, they should have their own medical personnel who can support the team during the year. And currently we have one girl, physiotherapist. She was also participating on training sessions just recently from other physiotherapists who are working with pro climbers. And Estonian Climbing Association was supporting her there.
So it should be people who have some, climbing specific knowledge.
Yeah, that's better. And she's also the climber,
yeah.
So it's really good.
Well, it helps, yeah.
Yes. So now we have her, and we hope that in the future we will expand this team as well. We need anyway some medical personnel who will be on the competitions together in case of injuries, not only the physiotherapists.
Yeah. Yeah, it all sounds pretty complex, actually. And I know for sure that you've been doing some like bigger youth training sessions before. Do you still train the youth as well as doing all that stuff?
Yes, I'm still doing.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm really enjoying this because it makes me happy, actually, to work with the youth. And every time when I go to my training sessions, I see how they are motivated, and it gives me motivation as well to do this. It's actually one of the reasons why I'm here in Estonian Climbing Association, because of them, actually.
Well, actually, Kate told something similar. So he really tries to go to these IFSC competitions just first of all to like stay strong, to give like a good example, and just to show the children. That's one of his like one of the like really important motivations for him, to just show the children like that how you can get strong and how can you compete, and like motivate them as well by doing that.
I'm trying to do my best actually here, and we had already in December or November the big training session together with Kivi children. So Ronimiste and Kivi, they were climbing together, and it was amazing actually. And I was thinking that how it will work, because they don't know each other. How they will cooperate? But actually, they're so friendly, and they become like one huge family.
Yeah.
And I was there with Anu. We were coaching them, and it was just amazing experience. And right now, I'm also trying to like support my own group. Even Marat, for example, I didn't mention that I'm actually bringing him on some my own climbing trips to give him experience. For example, during this Christmas time, we were climbing in Czech Republic and Germany, just because I wanted him to become stronger.
Mm-hmm. And does he actually focus on something specific, like boulder or bouldering or lead climbing, or he just trains like a bit of everything?
He actually loves lead climbing.
Yeah. Well, I guess now there's a really nice lead climbing wall here. It's easy. Because, well, my problem in Italian is it's just there are no like really good walls where you can train all the time. You have to go to either Helsinki and Tartu. I mean, I can say whatever I like that I love lead climbing, but it's just there's so little chance to actually train it. It's a shame.
Actually, he went on IFSC after having 2 training sessions of lead, and he was not climbing for last 2 years the lead at all, and I think he did well. Yeah, for sure. Well, I guess these are all the questions at least I wanted to know about the teams. If you have something to add, you can add, but I would also like to ask you a bit of more personal questions, like how and when did you start climbing? That's all. Okay, let's go with the questions, and then I will conclude with the team maybe.
Yeah.
I started climbing, I think, more than 10 years ago here in Tartu. And I personally also like the lead climbing. That's where I feel myself much better. Yeah.
But I guess when you started, there was only the Ujula wall, wasn't it? It's like it's much smaller, and you know, it has different features. It's like I don't even know how to say it. They've got like features built into the wall. It's not like this type of I guess walls everybody makes now.
Actually, my first training was in Lõunakeskus. It was much more smaller. It's 6 meters.
Yeah.
And in Ujula it was 8 meters. And it's so small wall actually there. But I still enjoy doing this. And I'm really happy that now we have this climbing gym here, lead climbing gym. Do
you train yourself a lot? Do you come here and climb for yourself?
Actually, when I started to coach juniors, I fully stopped my own climbing as a competitor. Because now I'm focusing fully on the children. Yeah,
I was thinking that it sounds like it takes so much time and effort.
It is, because I have my own job where I'm like fully working, and then after that I'm a coach here. And basically I have like 12 hours long working days, and after that it's really difficult to find the power to do your own training sessions. I did it previously, but now it was too much, because now I also have this 2 additional teams which are actually making a lot of stress, and I'm really worried about how it will go, because this is also my first experience here, and I'm really thankful for the people who are supporting me here, because it's really important for me, and I hope that we will succeed someday with this one. But I will come back to the climbing. I have my own goals, and I believe that this year I will come back as a climber as well.
Okay.
Yeah, at least this is my plans.
Yeah.
Here I had only 1 climbing session.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I haven't climbed on this wall yet, because I've seen it before, but I was judging the competition, so I didn't have a chance to climb really. So yeah, it's a beautiful wall. I haven't climbed it yet.
You need to fix it.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do it today. Okay, I guess if you have any conclusions about the teams and other topics, you can...
I really hope that someday we will succeed in climbing, and as a team, all together. And I really want to thank everyone who was in this process, building these teams. And I really wanted to thank every athlete who is right now in Team Estonia and who will participate on the competitions. Because for me it's really important. And I believe that all these 12 people we have right now, in the beginning, they are strong climbers. And I believe that we can even achieve more thanks to them. It's just the beginning, but definitely we need to work together.
It's really exciting time because it seems like Estonian climbing is starting to move like really huge steps and like organizing new stuff and new teams, and it's pretty cool.
It's new, but I hope that soon it will be easy to follow. We will know all our athletes, and they will compete on IFSC more often.
Well, thank you for talking to us. I mean, it's a kind of topic that, well, not being, you know, a competitive athlete myself, I kind of hear that, oh, there is this team and this team, but I don't really know in details like how this stuff works and who are the people and how they're assembled. So it's like really interesting to hear in details like how does this part of like Estonian climbing organize itself.
I will try to be more open and do a lot of like posts and showing how actually the team is working. So I hope people will understand what we are doing and how we are doing and what we would like to reach. And I also, from my side, I will try to help, 100% try to help everyone who is in the team, who is in the backup list, and who even doesn't thinking about being in a team right now. But if it's possible, I will definitely help and give advices and so on. Just reach me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll add the links how you can reach, and yeah. But thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.